CYC is a free channel, presents the Word of God for everyone. Your support will help us to continue the mission. Visit our website, cycnow.com. Even $1 will make a difference.
After 4 years of study, I began to be militarily quite proud of myself. What Jesus Christ knew about me is I would take the Bible to pieces. He knew I would slice it up and dissect it because he knew that that's the man I was in the military, and he knew I would do the same with this Bible. I asked Jesus Christ a question. Can you tell me, please, why you chose apostles that were fishermen? I was equating the fact that he chose fishermen, and maybe he chose me because I came from Grimsby. Can you see the pride? And he said, well done. Now, George, what I want you to do now with me is I want you to come inside a boat with me now. I am going to cause a shoal of fish to come onto this boat. And I want you to take one. I bring the fish out of this world of darkness into this world of light. Do you understand why I chose fishermen? And I was crying. All of you I know without seeing you. I am feeling you in my heart, but I'm not seeing you, but you can see me, of course. But I know before I tell you this story, what you will say, what will be your academic answers, because the academic answers you will give me to my question will be the same as my academic answers when I first applied my mind to the Bible. But what I want to show you, to demonstrate to you, is that the Bible is alive, the Bible is powerful, and the Bible will elevate your soul. So what I'm trying to say to you is that I don't want you to be a Christian just because it's something that you do on a Sunday. That is nothing. I want you to be a disciple, a student of Christ, so that the Bible becomes connected to you, to your soul, and your soul becomes connected to the Bible. The Bible is simply the divine, creative Word of God. The Good Samaritan story I've chosen because it was one of the first elementary lessons that I learned from Jesus Christ. This story consists of a man who's lying on the side of the road. He's half dead. He's naked, he's been robbed, and a priest from the Levi tribe walks past on the other side and leaves him in the condition where he's half dead. Another one comes past on the side of the road who's from the Aaronic priesthood, and he leaves him in his same condition. Following this comes a Good Samaritan from the land of Samaria. And he stops. And he looks at this man on the side of the road. And he fixes up the guy. He lifts him up, puts him on his donkey, and he takes him to an inn, which is a short distance on this same road, up the road. And he pays in advance for this guy, money up front. And he tells him that if he takes a good job of him and it costs any more money to take care of him, then he will pay whatever it costs when he comes back on the same road on the completion of his journey. And the innkeeper agrees, and that pretty much concludes the story. Now, I personally, in many countries, in many denominations, have asked youth, young children, adults, grandfathers, why did Jesus Christ tell us this story? What is the importance of this message from the Messiah to mankind? And most of them, in unison, tell it in a different way, but always similar, that we have to be nice to each other, we have to love each other, we should take care of each other regardless of our country, our color, or our backgrounds. We should give love to our neighbor. That's the general consensus of the mass of Christians. But unfortunately, that's not the interpretation that was given to me by Jesus Christ. Now, what you don't know about me also is in the last few years I have actually been to Jerusalem and all around the Holy Land, and I have walked the steps of Jesus Christ. I think you're beginning to see that I have a passion for Christ. I want to know everything about him. And this road where this Samaritan was lying, where this man was lying half dead on the side of the road, I've actually stood on this road. It is the road that goes from Jericho to Jerusalem, or from Jerusalem down to Jericho. Now, I don't know if you're aware geographically, Jericho is very close to the lowest point in the world, which is the Dead Sea. You probably know that, because I know some of you Coptic dudes, you're pretty intelligent guys. The Dead Sea is the lowest point in the world. It's below sea level. And Jericho is a city, an ancient city, that you'll remember the Jews, when they came on Exodus, they came past and through Jericho, and those walls actually come down by the power of God before they entered into the Promised Land. So Jericho is a very ancient city. But Jerusalem is the ancient house of God, which was prepared by King David and built by Solomon, as you know. It's on a high mountain. So this road that goes from Jerusalem to Jericho, it's a descending road. Descending. This man on the side of the road, it is you. Yep. It's you. It is me. It is Adam. He is naked before God. And as I was before Christ intervened, lying half dead on a descending road to the stronghold of idol worship, the stronghold of Satan, moon worshippers, which is what Jericho is, I was on my way to the stronghold of eternal death. This road also goes through a wilderness. There is nothing growing anywhere on this road. This road is also winding. So it's descending, it's going through a wilderness, and it's winding. Winding is the symbol of confusion. Confusion is the condition of the human. from birth. Darkness and confusion is the condition of man. Desert is a symbolic language of our condition as a population of the world. Without Christ, there is no water. Without Christ, there is no life, because Christ is the water of life. And until this water comes into your desert, there will be no fruit. So that piece of land between Jericho and Jerusalem is not an accident. It is an illustration and design by God for you to understand this story where God is speaking directly from the divine word to your soul. This first man who came past was a Levi priest. And what would be his job in the time of Moses before Christ? What would be his work? His work would be to put the sacrifices on the altar for the people who brought them for their sins. Now, I think that you're all aware of the basics. That the Old Testament is types and shadows of the New Testament. The New Testament is a fulfillment of the Old, and the Old are shadows and types of the New, pointing to the New, which was yet to come in the time of Moses. So when they placed a lamb on the altar, it could do nothing for mankind because it was only a shadow and a type of the true Lamb, which was Jesus Christ. So, if this priest put 2,000 lambs on the altar for Adam, who's lying half naked, robbed and wounded on the side of the road, what could this do for his spiritual condition? Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing is all he could do. These were rituals, outward rituals for the flesh only. They served as a schoolmaster and a shadow of the time to come, which is your time, which is my time. But our time is spiritual, and without these, we cannot see our condition today, your condition today. My condition today.